I don't hear you, Joe.
You hear me now?
Yeah, all right.
There we are. Okay. So, guys, once again, here we go. It's Los Angeles Real Estate Reality, the live stream with Darren and Joe over at Urban Hillsides Real Estate. Thanks for joining us. Again, guys, Mondays, 2 p.m. You can smash the button at YouTube, like us on our Facebook page, and you will be reminded as well. We'll do an email every Monday also. So, again, thanks for joining us. Before we get started, let me go ahead and do the disclaimer about what we're going to talk about. Darren Hubert and Joe Cloninger are real estate agents at Keller Williams Los Feliz under the Urban Hillsides brand. All opinions expressed by Urban Hillsides or guests on this video are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Keller Williams Los Feliz. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Urban Hillsides as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of Urban Hillsides Team's opinions. This video is for informational purposes only. All right. So
you have to read that, Joe? You haven't memorized that whole thing yet?
Well, if I was really slick, I would just record it and hit a button and not even bother, right? That's what I should do. Yeah.
We don't seek slickness, but
oh, well, no. We're slick in some ways, but not completely. That's for sure. So, guys, we're just going to go over the agenda real quick with you. The agenda today is the topic of buying is a contact sport in this market. Definitely is. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to go through some audience questions. Some clients have asked us some questions. We thought it'd be beneficial for you guys to hear that. And then our newest review is going to be about solds. So we'll start on solds, see what's happened to some of these news that we used to talk about, see where those prices landed, and then we'll end out on the new listings of Northeast Los Angeles, be it Silver Lake, Echo Park, Los Feliz, what else? Montecito Heights, all the greats, Highland Park, Eagle Rock, Lincoln Heights, and Cypress Park. So, Darren, what is new, man? I heard you have a new addition to the family.
Gosh, yeah. So we adopted a second dog today.
Nice.
Yeah, very happy. It's a slightly older dog. The general energy in our house is pretty mellow, so we're just keeping that energy, and we found another member who will hopefully sustain that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I love hearing that. Yeah. For me, I can't take any more dogs. I've got 4 dogs. So
is thanks there a city ordinance for you?
Thanks for carrying the load, Darren. Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
So, all right. Well, I know you wanted to discuss some market things that you were reading about. Why don't we go there?
One more comment on the dog thing. One of my dogs equals all of your dogs collectively.
Oh, that's true.
And we continued that trend.
It's true. What is the size of your dog? 100 pounds?
He is 105.
He's 105.
Yeah.
But gentle as a pony.
Gentle giant. Absolutely. Cool.
So what were you reading about the market, man?
Sure. I was listening to an interview with the head of a real estate company, and just if you're out there actively buying and selling, you're kind of in the middle of it all. But we just want to give you a quick summary. So some of this is redundant, but it's worth just continuing to repeat to identify trends and directions. So obviously, supply is low, demand is high. Which equals higher prices. One of the surprising things is volume of sales down 6% month over month. That's a big drop. They always try to estimate why. Maybe it was East Coast weather, a couple different things. But I mean, there's no other specific reason. It's just, it's hard to see a month where you have an even lower supply.
Right.
So, but that's what it was. Prices are rising. The only place they're really not rising, and we've stated this before, are really in kind of non-owner occupied investment apartment buildings. A little less. Right. That market's a little soft still, but everywhere else it's rising, including like the transitions to the suburbs because of the stay-at-home people staying at home working a lot more. They estimated 1 out of 3 people are working from home right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's huge. So, I think exponentially the suburbs have benefited from this a little more, but, don't feel bad for cities. They're expected to have a full recovery post-COVID. Once people can hang out, they're going to want to hang out. And honestly, that's all I can think about is planning for more gatherings for people I just really want to be around. So, and, larger corporations are moving towards trying to make this a more permanent component. Again, this isn't news, but it is news when you hear a variety of companies. The most recent one I heard today was Ford is somehow working to get a chunk of their employees to be able to work from home. So it's a new world out there, and this just obviously COVID has accelerated this dynamic and shifted some real estate elements because of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was reading something on Google, and despite them allowing employees to work remotely, they've also made some big commercial leases in New York and elsewhere. Still, I think New York, it was like for another 10,000 employees. So I think, it's going to be a hybrid of sorts, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, and I think those savvy investors who had money sitting on the sidelines are basically identified the opportunity at a discounted rate. I think there's growth in population, so there's growth in business. And if you project business growth, you can do a combination of both. Give yourself a bigger presence in the city and buy it at a discount, but still filter people out to the suburbs as well.
Well, I have to say that was one of the things I was thinking about with these people like Facebook or Google. It's like, oh, did they just do like a little fake out? And they got some good deals out there maybe. So.
For sure.
So we'll
they
see.
did. And, the smaller companies, there's one absolutely clear trend, and I'll be curious to see how this is impacted over the next 2 to 4 years because of federal level politics. But, the clear trend is big is getting bigger, exponentially bigger, and small is being squashed.
Just to that point, I was reading something on Amazon, and I had no idea how large they were, but it's like employee count was like 500,000. I was like blown away by that number. I had no idea. So. Well,
and all these companies, one of the most amazing things is that when I talk about big getting bigger, I follow the stock market, and what you see every day is, Amazon is now, obviously it's not news. They're in the movie business. They're in the grocery store business. They're just basically saying, we have the masses, we have the control of the data, and we just have so much capital. It's no longer a single business company. These big, huge companies are just diversifying multiple platforms.
And it all started with books. Imagine that. So, all right. Well, let's get into our topic today. Earlier this morning, we were talking about how rough it is for buyers, our own buyers and others in this market, and really the attitude and grit that you need to survive in this market and try to keep a good attitude at the same time. But it's tough. So I know we were venting a bit on some recent deals that we're trying to make happen. But I thought, why don't we go ahead, Darren? I'll go through some of this article we were referring to, and we'll plug in from there. So,
cool.
All right. So spring is in the air, as we know. It just started. This is entitled "What This Spring Means for Real Estate." Buyers beware. Industry professionals painted a picture of a competitive market that only stands to get more intense as the weather gets nicer and more buyers come out this spring. All right, so there we are on the horses. The first day of spring is on Saturday. In a year of real estate that's been like no other, what will the spring market bring? Vaccines are rolling out and inventory remains tight. So what can agents expect? Most industry professionals Inman spoke with painted a picture of a competitive market that only stands to get more intense as the weather gets nicer and more buyers come out. And, this really strikes something that you just said before we got on. So this is a national real estate media platform, really more for agents. But yeah, whether you're in Florida, New York, or Los Angeles, or wherever, you're not special. We're all feeling the same effects of this market. So here we are. This is a good point. So here we've got low inventory will continue to be an issue. What I'm hearing is everything is a fight. Monty Tai, an agent with Coldwell Banker in Salt Lake City, Utah, told Inman, "I've never seen it like this." Tai, who largely works with architecturally significant luxury properties in the area, initially thought that more affordable, lower-priced homes were the ones seeing the most market competition. But recently, a number of Tai's $1 million plus listings have received multiple offers, some at hundreds of thousands of dollars above asking. Inventory is low, and I think we might be the hottest market in the nation. Yeah, careful. Right now, he said, I think right now everybody is getting multiple offers above asking price. The inventory shortage has become so much of a problem up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, that Hannah Smith, executive real estate geek, in quotes, with the Property Geeks team at eXp Realty, said most agents have taken to helping buyers make offers on coming soon status properties sight unseen. Although agents in Minnesota aren't allowed to show coming soon properties, there's no rule against writing an offer on one. Right now in Minnesota, at least we have a crazy shortage, Smith told Inman. Obviously, that's national too, but we're seeing lots of homes being sold sight unseen. Off market is kind of where it's at right now for realtors' sake. There's been some speculation that as more of the U.S. population gets vaccinated, more sellers will feel comfortable coming to market, which could free up some inventory. However, based on their conversation with sellers, both Smith and Redfin chief economist Daryl Fairweather told Inman that availability of vaccines seems to be a less impactful factor for sellers. I don't think there's a huge portion of homeowners, Fairweather said. I think most people aren't selling simply because they can't afford to buy again. So true.
Right. So this has been a theme that, you repeat something so often and it's just like it becomes firsthand cliche. Why repeat it again? But yeah, it's really that. Where do you go? You always deal with this when you're considering selling. It's the first question we ask potential seller to make sure they have a place to go. And so many people are sitting. A lot of people don't like leaving communities. Portion of people, they don't want to leave the city. It's what they know here in LA. It's what they spend a lot of time here. But
sure,
they could certainly get more in other places. But that is, I believe, the biggest factor.
Yeah. Let me just do this one more paragraph. In all honesty, it hasn't been a hot topic for most people I've been in direct contact with. Smith said, there's been realtors speculating that, more vaccines that are given out are going to cause more people more comfort in selling. But I don't know if that's the top driving factor of whether people are selling or not. I think it's just a matter of us as realtors as well, getting out there and trying to explain, without coming across as a salesperson, of course, how good they would have it as a seller right now. So yeah, let's unpack some of this. So they started with low inventory. We're experiencing the same thing, another recurring theme. What else?
So, I think if we go back to our title here, Full Contact Sport, it's tough out there. It's the bottom line. If you're going to be a buyer and you're going to jump in to this, you've got to be willing to make some concessions. And we talked about our 2 buyer closings this past week, and it almost seemed like the concessions never ended, right up to the end. True. And that's always tough. But the question, I think, the most important question, first off, we want to prep them as an agent, but, is it worth it? Is it worth getting into that full contact situation? And personally, as agents, and I know we're biased, but I think it is.
Yeah.
And you just have to keep your eye on the big picture. We brought up 2 scenarios, getting initiated into a frat and like Hell Week in sports. There's no one that enjoys those 2. I mean, maybe there is, but I think you got to have a few screws loose if you're truly enjoying those dynamics. It's about what's coming on the other end of it.
Yeah.
And gosh, those two would not be far off from trying to get a house these days.
Well, as you're saying about Hell Week, or it's like, it's one thing to watch the game, and I know a lot of us as buyers are doing that on Zillow, running through all these great listings. Maybe you're right within reach of it. It's certainly a form of therapy, I think, in the last year or so that we've been living in COVID. But I saw a really funny meme, man. It had Dave Chappelle, I think, as his junkie character, and below it said, "Zillow, you got any more for me to look at?" Because he had reached the very end of Zillow. So, but yeah, very, very different situation when you're sitting in there in the catbird seat and trying to accomplish your dream. It's a very emotional thing for all of us. It's a big decision.
All these little references. They had that thing on Saturday Night Live where they were replaced watching Zillow property rather than porn. Right? That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's an obsession for a lot of people, but it also seems out of reach for many, and it's worth the fight. You got to be willing to step into it and be prepared for the fight. Some people get knocked out quickly.
And not that I'm endorsing any sort of fraternity, but once you do get into the fraternity of homeowners, a lot of great benefits, and I think you've got a newfound respect for people trying to buy houses. That's for sure. Yeah.
Look, the system is, and I think it's really all about taxes, but the system is rigged. To be a homeowner is to be on the positive side of that system. And there are moments where you just say, are you going to be on the positive side or the negative side? It's like you're going to struggle a lot. It's always going to be hard to gain footing if you're a long-term renter, unless that's what you seek and you want the mobility and the flexibility, and then that's fine. But you're always at the mercy of appreciating rents.
Okay. All right. Well, let me continue. So mortgage rates and home prices may inch up even further. Since they bottomed out at the beginning of 2021, mortgage rates have been creeping higher and are now nearly what they were 1 year ago, a potentially concerning point for home buyers who have been steadily increasing home prices, over the last year. Earlier this week, the Federal Reserve pledged to keep interest rates low until 2023. However, executive mortgage banker at William Ravis Mortgage, Melissa Kahn, told Inman that rates could still continue to rise over the next several weeks, particularly in the wake of President Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus package entering the market. I think, unfortunately, when the flowers are coming out of the ground, mortgage rates are coming out of the ground as well. Kahn told Inman, with the combination of, obviously, with the Democrats in the Senate, with the Democratic president, the fact that this massive stimulus bill just passed, and then there's going to be so much more money put into the economy, that's all inflationary. And higher inflation means higher interest rates. And now the markets are just anticipating, with all the spending that is now happening, that we're going to see inflation. You want to say anything through that, Darren?
Sure. I mean, it's not uncommon in the past where inflation actually, on some level, can help stabilize prices. Owning real estate can be a hedge against inflation, meaning that as prices rise, your asset, your costs stay fixed, but your price also increases. It's, again, a part of the system that really helps you to own assets in an inflationary environment, which is what I think one of the biggest drivers what's pushing the market and the investors to get out there and buy more property.
Right. Stay with assets, right? So it continues. It's sort of a double-edged sword, Kahn added. We've got money going into the economy, and that's going to be great for people, and more jobs will come back into the marketplace, but it will cause rates to go up. Now, I think that interest rates will go up this spring, but that once this fiscal spending package has been spent, that we will see interest rates settle back down. The news of continued mortgage rate increases, of course, won't be welcome to many homebuyers, but Kahn noted that buyers can still try to offset higher rates by exploring options like adjustable rate mortgages and purchasing points to lower their rate. Unfortunately, home prices will likely continue to rise into spring as well. Fairweather said, particularly as consumers have to largely remain in a holding pattern as the pandemic continues before using their dollars elsewhere. We report out weekly data on national home price growth, and it just keeps setting records every single week we report it out. And we're not even into full spring selling season yet, so maybe we'll keep breaking records. Anything to say? I heard a breath.
Yeah. No, it is. The expectation is that even with rising interest rates, the consumption of the low inventory will continue to happen, which will keep prices up.
Well, we got a text from a lender of ours that we tend to refer people to. And on Sunday, he's texting us, hey, it's gone up to mid threes now, but please let your people know. Those are still great rates historically. It might take out, as we were saying earlier, some buyers that are on the lower end, these interest rates going up. But, there's always a winner, there's always a loser, unfortunately. So let me continue. I think how long prices continue to rise also depends on when things more generally get back to normal, she added. I think that once people have options to spend money on things besides housing, people will choose renting as opposed to buying a home. Spending their money on vacations and things like that. But I think for the spring selling season, it's going to look a lot like it does look right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think certainly people are spending much of their money on online shopping these days. Vacations, yes, and people will be spending more money on vacations for sure.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking was, the long range effect of the stimulus package. I heard it's going to be over years to get this all done. So that really speaks to the size of it. Yeah, I don't know how sudden some of this is going to be, but
I think what we're going to start seeing is how city, county, state governments are going to be impacted by this, because they've obviously lost a lot of revenue. So hopefully the scaling of the package is big enough to minimize the impact for those entities.
Okay, so let's continue. Even New York City is seeing renewed activity. For a long time, New York City was the epicenter of the pandemic in the U.S., and the trauma inflicted on the city caused palpable damage to the real estate market. As people reevaluated their lives, many New Yorkers left the city for more spread out suburbs or entirely different states. The real estate market slowed to a crawl, prices dropped, property owners took apartments off the market, and some developers started selling condos in bulk at discounted prices. So my comment to that is, I was actually reading that in New York, property owners, multi-income unit property owners were keeping properties off the market to try to stimulate the rents. So that's not good. But now things are just starting to pick up again. Agents in the city told Inman the market has really turned on a dime. There's just a ton of activity. I mean, I had listings that started during the pandemic, stuff I've had on the market for a very long time that hadn't sold, which have now sold. Franco added that with more and more contracts being signed every month, and even the resurfacing of bidding wars, he wouldn't be surprised if an inventory shortage was on the horizon for the city after its prolonged market lull. Well, you don't have that. I have a positive outlook for sellers for the spring. And unless we get more inventory, I think it could be a little frustrating for buyers because I think people want to buy. I think they are feeling confident about New York again, and the interest rates are so low and prices have come down. So that's like the perfect storm for people to come back in. So I think we could have a little bit of an inventory shortage. That's true. Anything to say to that?
Yeah. And New York is such a metropolitan city and people are all on top of each other. I think they got hit the biggest. L.A. was built more of a suburban spread out, although getting denser and will continue to get denser. We certainly didn't feel it didn't impact us in that way. Our inventory's been low. It's been a seller's market all through COVID, maybe a little blip early on.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of the same as I read ahead. But yeah, we went out with the client who I had already seen this house. It was on the market forever. They did some adjustments, which were good, but yeah, it sold in like I think 3 or 4 days. Had 12 offers. Totally different world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is speaking to agents. Agents have to be savvy and creative. Dwindling inventory in the Montgomery, Alabama area has spurred Jeremy Kelly, broker at Kelly Realty LLC, to keep his agents, to help his agents try to think outside the box when presenting offers on properties. From presenting offers sight unseen, to waiving contingencies, to writing seller love letters, to showing homes late into the night, Kelly said his agents are doing whatever they can to help their clients win bidding wars. Over in Birmingham, Kelly said he knows of buyers that are even contributing cash above a property's appraised value. We're having to get really, really, really creative in how we present offers and how we best try to angle to position our clients to have the best chance to win the bidding war. Because literally, if it's priced right and the condition is right, we're seeing multiple offers within 24 hours. So as a broker, our job is to continue to equip our agents and study outside markets as well that might be doing a little bit better or a little bit hotter than us, and try to bring those tactics back to Montgomery so that our agents can, thrive and stay ahead of the curve.
Well, yeah, like you said, we're ahead of that curve. All that's old news to us. We're trying to find new ways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fairweather, who's from Redfin, told Inman that this is the strongest seller's market seen in the country since 2006, and it doesn't look like it will get any better for buyers moving deeper into spring. I think that buyers are going to have a rough time. I don't really know how to sugarcoat it any other way. Fairweather recommended agents stay on top of knowing what kinds of offers are effective for the specific kinds of properties their clients are looking at in their market. Really in tune with what seems to be winning offers in your local market to give you an edge, and then educate your buyer on that so that they don't get worn out after losing offer after offer. They come in the first time, and they can offer with an offer that's really strong and has a good chance of winning. So yeah, that's kind of what we were going to talk about. That's really the crux of it.
Yeah,
you got to stay tough.
You do, and we often say this. Try not to get emotionally attached to a property. You get as connected and attached as you need to, and you should definitely be interested in it. Submit your offer, then do your best to detach, and that's harder for some people than others.
Yep.
So it's become like a really important skill to manage as an agent to help buyers stay focused and help them get through the context board.
Well, recently we had a wife who we could tell emotionally it was getting to her, and as the article just said, some of this you just can't sugarcoat. It is some reality, and if it's wearing you out, we understand. We have one client who at this point she wants us to look first, and we can put in offers. But that makes it easier for her to deal with this.
Right.
So it tests a lot of things. Yeah, relationships and your own fortitude to get to your dreams. But, we have had success, so you really can't give up.
Sure.
And on the other hand, you know what? You maybe need to stop. Maybe you need to wait a year or so. Maybe the position you're in right now needs to be strengthened, and you can help that in a year's time. And we're not against that either. So
we've got the comment I made earlier to you was we've got a couple of buyers out there that are kind of putting their toe in the water, and they keep pulling their toe out. So they're wanting to enter. They definitely ask a lot of good questions, and they're engaged. And
right,
but gosh, they keep getting just kind of. Their personal instincts are telling them they're not ready to completely dive into this and deal with it.
Yeah. And the other thing is, we can be led around as buyers by price because we want it so bad. But don't completely subjugate your ideals or what you're looking for in a true home only for a home because of a price. That's not good either.
I say, and maybe some people learn this before me because I'm a value seeker, but people with a lot of money overpay for things all the time, and you kind of have to embrace that in today's world, even if you feel you're overpaying a little bit.
Yeah.
Trust me, it happens all the time with uber rich people, and in the long run, it works for them. So, as a buyer's agent, number one, our job is to help get you an accepted offer. Clearly, we want it to be at the lowest price, but it does no good if you're not the accepted offer.
Yeah. Okay, well, great, man. Guys, if you have any questions about that, please let us know. We're here, and you can vent on us. How about that? Okay, so we're going to go now to audience questions or client questions. I'll stop sharing my screen there, and I'm going to pull up the first question. Let's see. So, okay. I think this is harkening back to some things we were talking about last week about changes in investment property loans. So here we've got, what impact will the tighter restrictions for investment property loans have on property values? Darren?
Right. So it varies. My simple answer right now today, maybe over the next few months at least, probably none whatsoever. Just because inventory is so low that it's not going to impact it. And rates are still low, so even tighter terms are still low, and there's plenty of buyers out there. Where it might impact a little more is clearly what they're identifying non-owner occupied, strictly non-owner occupied spaces. But I still don't even think that's going to be huge. So for now, not a lot. Maybe later this year, it could if rates rise further.
Got it. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Let's see here. Next one is, what impact? Oh no, we were talking about that. Yeah, there we go. Is it normal for closing cost numbers to change dramatically as we get closer to completing our purchase?
Right. So we dealt with this recently, and it's a great question. It's difficult particularly if you're a detailed person sometimes to navigate real estate, because it can be a little loose and free. Numbers are huge, and so there's layers involved in coming up with what they call closing cost numbers. When you first go to a lender, they give you an estimate. They'll break it down, but it'll also, in the end, most of the time as a buyer, you walk away and say, okay, I need 5% for closing, and my closing costs are going to be $12,000, whatever the numbers are. And those are the numbers that stick in your head. And then individually, they'll shift around because they're estimating on some things. They're estimating extra costs, they're estimating time, and they're good estimates, but they will adjust. They're estimating based on the type of property. They're estimating in which time it will close. If you have an impound account, it may be that you have to pay the tax bill through escrow. It may be that you have to pre-fund the account. There are a lot of components, and I think it's super important for the lender to kind of talk through those in advance. So as the numbers adjust, they need to be within a range, from their initial closing disclosure or from their initial estimate to the closing. It needs to be within a certain percentage and range, but doing your best to get a full understanding of those and have those explained by your lender in detail is important to make you feel comfortable when that time comes where you're getting ready to look at the final numbers, sign your loan docs, and close. So that doesn't feel like a surprise.
Yeah, I think too, because this was part of what happened in this case. Use us. Let us review what's going on there. I think there was, we're humans. There was a mistake on the escrow side, and use your agent to go over these numbers and make sure that they're right. Okay, well, good stuff. Thanks for the questions, guys. Next is solds. So let me pull up let me pull up. Oh, here. Do that. Let's see. So, share my screen. Okay. All right, let me get in here. All right, so these are Northeast L.A. sold listings in the last 7 days. Let's look at what we have here. So we have 30 solds across Northeast Los Angeles. Darren, I know you wanted to spot out a couple of them immediately, so let's go to 1556 Lemoyne. Let me find it here.
Oh, Lemoyne's a new listing, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, we didn't really have any solds. So we'll start in the Silver Lake Echo Park area. Let's start with Glover Place. All right. So Glover Place. Looks very nice.
Legion Valley.
Let's take a look. I think so, 90031. So we'll start the entertainment, and we'll go through the numbers here. 2330 Glover Place. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's 1,896 square feet. Looks very nice. $1,400,000 sold price. It started at $1,450,000. So there you go, winner for the buyer. It is on a lot size of 4,593 square feet, and original build 1925. So I'll go through the description there. Stylishly updated bungalow plus permitted guest house in Frogtown. The main home features a light and bright 3-bedroom, 3-bath floor plan. Beyond the hedged and gated grassy front yard and porch, you are welcomed into an open concept living and dining area with kitchen featuring Bertazzoni appliances, wine fridge, and lots of storage. The private primary suite with walk-in closet and large bathroom opens to the Provence-inspired backyard with citrus tree, garden roses, creeping jasmine, and vegetable garden. The 1-bed, 1-bath, fully permitted guest house features kitchen and in-unit laundry, ready to rent as a perfect mortgage offset or for extended stay family and friends. This modern compound is fully remodeled with updated systems and with all new landscaping and fencing in a private setting on a quiet street, with nearby access to the LA River bike path, wax paper, La Colombe, coffee, Salazar, and so much more in evolving and creative Frogtown. So there you go. Days on market, 112. So that looks kind of unusual.
Yeah, I think they did kind of a pre-list on this as it was going through a major remodel.
Got it.
They did a very nice job.
Yep.
And it's a common trend. I mean, we have the conversation with a lot of our potential buyers about considering units, and nowadays that ADUs are so easily added, particularly for remodels happening, and quickly approved, with the caveat of COVID, there's some delays, but
so just as an example, as you're saying, just doing some quick sort of napkin math, for 1 bedroom, 1 bath in that area, what would you take a range of rent on this kind of place? What would you say? 1,500, 2,000?
Remodel, in the range of 2,000. Yeah.
Right. So that definitely pays for a good amount of this. A lot of times we'll take the measure of maybe for every 100,000, you're paying $600 a month. $600 a month. So that'll take care of what?
300,000 plus
400,000. Yeah. Really, really good thing. Good listing.
So if you're out there and questioning whether you can get into the market, and maybe it's a limitation, considering units, if you want to have a conversation about being a landlord, it's definitely something we can advise you on.
And that's the thing. You just reminded me. You will get credit for 70% of that value when you're talking to a lender.
don't understand that. Absolutely. It bumps up your approval amount. So let's say you qualify for 700,000, you could qualify for $1 million with rental income.
Oh, sorry guys, you're hearing some of my dogs. There we go. So great listing, presented by Joe Reichling, Courtney Picard, and buying agent was Angelo Carrasco. So thank you for that, guys. Let's get out of this one. And gosh, man, what's your memory of Frogtown in the quote old days? What did that mean?
Just a little different, that's for sure. It's an interesting pocket in that it's how it's abutted by Riverside and then the river. It was kind of its own little world. It still is, not as much. It's a little more connected to the surrounding communities, but it's always kind of been its own little isolated area. I remember going there for kind of some punk parties, although I was not a punk kid back in the 80s. You had to know where you were going. It wasn't an area you wanted to get lost in.
Exactly. There you go. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, and there's a new state park, huge park coming up. I've actually seen some construction going on now for that, more towards the interchange, I think, at the 110. But let's go ahead to Virgil Avenue. This seems like a better priced property for a lot of people. This is 1238 North Virgil Avenue.
This is an example that a seller can overshoot on price.
All right. Oh, gosh. I think I know this one. You're right. Yeah, this is a small lot, I think. So let me hit the entertainment button here, and we'll talk about 1238 North Virgil Avenue. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,220 square feet of living space. The sold price, $850,000. And the lot size was fairly nice, 5,751. Started at 999,000. So there's the overshoot. Yeah.
Right. This is not common in today's market, but I understand why.
Started in 1906, the build, and this is brought to us by Mona Gosen of Normand and Associates. And let me read the description a little bit. Let's reminisce. This 3-bedroom, 2-bath home is an excellent opportunity for all buyers, investors, and developers. Purchased back in 1945, making it the first time on the market in 76 years. Originally a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home, the property has an additional permitted bathroom and bedroom, newer roof, HVAC, and triple pane windows. Zoned LAR2 and on... Yeah. Let's dig in a little bit.
I don't think that exists, man. I've never heard of that.
So on 5751 square foot lot, you can build onto the house or build a separate unit in the back. With Sunset Junction and Griffith Park just minutes away, you can enjoy hiking, dining, shopping, and entertainment and live in one of LA's most popular areas. So this was a probate sale, no court confirmation, and congrats. It was on the market for 28 days. So how do you want to break this down, Darren?
This is a fixer. You can move into it, but this is one of the properties where, if you put 25,000 into it, you'd maximize the return, and a little more, it's still good. Maybe they would have gotten their $1 million, but the buyer benefited by them not doing it. So they're promoting it as development and land, and you can expand and add more units, but the price was too high to start with. So it seems appropriate where it's sold. So
that's good. Win for the buyer. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
After we talk about how tough it is. Okay, so next we will go to, and you're on the list, Darren, here. So let me know if there's anything in particular. Sure. Do you want to look on Glover again? Let's see.
No, let's look at Allison.
Okay, great. Let's look at Allison. Right. So this is 1385 Allison. Hit the entertainment here. Looks very pretty. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,092 square feet of living. It sold for $750,000. Yay. Large lot at 7,500 square feet. And let's see, it was on the market for 15 days. Started at $649,000. Wow. The original build was 1912. You can see very updated. And this was brought to us by our friend, Liz McDonald at TRG and Christina Brow. So this is a TIC. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So any comments? Or
Well, it's coming up a lot these days. So as prices rise, we're actually doing an event at our office tomorrow where we're presenting on TICs. There's more and more TICs that are coming in at entry level pricing. And it's a question of whether you have comfort with the restrictions that exist with TICs. And I think it will continue to get better over time. I think we talked about maybe some of the early adopters will benefit the most in getting some discounted prices if it really takes hold. So this is a prime example of that, because it's $750 for a house like this is cheap. It's very cheap. So it stood out to us, even in presenting it here.
And, as we see more and more of these TICs, good finishes, very, very solid remodel. They do a good job.
They do.
Mm-hmm. All right. So there we go. And, I was trying to look. Is this a 2 on a lot? What is this? Oh, no. 1, maybe 4. So really, really good looking spot.
Yeah.
All right. Next, let's see. Scotland. Right up the street from me. Oh my God. So let's take a look at this. This was gone like in a eye blink. This is
6 days on the market. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 3106 Scotland Street. Beautiful home. Hit the button there. And it is a 2-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,616 square feet of living. It still is on a lot size 5,219, $1,750,000. Maybe I should sell my house, Darren. Sold price. It started at the low price of $1,599,000. So, good job. Congratulations to all. This was brought to us by Heather T. Roy and Lyrica Bosnack over at Douglas Elliman. Let's go through the description a bit. So come check out 3106 Scotland, but warning, you won't want to leave. This gorgeous 1920s Spanish pool home perfectly navigates the delicate dance between vintage design and modern luxury. You get the best of both worlds, the period details and fixtures and classic rooms you want, but also the open kitchen with indoor-outdoor flow and updated primary bedroom suite you need to enjoy the best of contemporary California living. 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, pool, spa, wood floors, archways, wrought iron, built-ins, picture windows, Spanish tile, gorgeous landscaping, solar panels, gated driveway, detached garage, spacious basement for storage, and more. All of this ideally cradled between Silver Lake and Los Feliz, with endless choices for shopping, eating, entertainment, fitness, and outdoor recreation. Come see it today. So,
gosh, I mean, my comment on this. We were at a listing appointment yesterday, and it makes me think of this. And I think of like these mathematical equations that try to predict values in the market. This property has it all. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's emotional. It has solar. It has the proportions in the master bedroom and the kitchen. The cabinets are beautiful. The detached garage, a pool, proximity, and this is 1,616 square feet. Sold for $1,750,000. A 1,616 square feet that looked substantial, that didn't have all this, could easily sell for $1,300,000. So it just has it all, and that's why they got such a great price for it.
Yeah, definitely the buyers bought into this, and the sellers did a good job altogether. So, the other observation, Darren, on this is just up the street. There was a recent sale. I don't remember the price, but it was pretty record-breaking. And just barely 3 houses up. And, there certainly is a fever at times in neighborhoods where, it just starts happening. This domino effect of the highest price in the neighborhood, and it splashes onto the next one.
Right. It creates a new benchmark.
Yeah.
For sure. It's always hard to get the first one to jump up in price, and that becomes an appraisal issue.
Yeah.
It's got to be somebody often with a lot of cash who can even overpay. Ironically, there's a limitation in overpaying if you're getting a loan, and that's the lender limiting you. But once it's established, then appraisers that come in can use them as comps, and then
In fact, I remember. I'd love to look back, but I think that other listing went for like 2.4 million, and I was just shaking my head, couldn't believe it.
So this is way below now.
Yeah, right. It was a deal.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go to let's see. Has Adalbert tickle your fancy? It's a small 2-1, 773 square feet.
Sure.
Yeah, right. It's kind of a starter home. So let's see. Okay, so 2588 Adalbert Avenue. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, whopping 773 square feet. The lot size 5,648, so that's very healthy. Sold for $937,000. It started $749,000.
Right.
Days on the market 7. Built in 1923. Thank you, Lindsay Victory and Eddie Ramirez. And it says, such a long paragraph. Perched in the Silver Lake Hills, this cozy cottage feels like a treehouse, as it is built above a detached 2-car garage on a spacious 5,648 square foot lot and overlooks the Verdugo and San Gabriel Mountains, which can be enjoyed from the living room, dining room, front bedroom, and various vantage points in the tiered backyard. Renovated in 2014, updates in the kitchen include lower shaker cabinets, quartz countertops, farmhouse sink, stainless steel refrigerator, electric induction stove, and washer and dryer combo unit. The updated bathroom adjoins the 2 bedrooms and features a marble tiled shower with glass door enclosure. All flooring was updated in the renovation with laminate through the living room, dining room, and bedrooms, while the kitchen and bath have radiant heat, tiled floors. Original architectural details include casement windows, crown moldings, living room display cabinets, offering a hint of vintage charm. The real magic is revealed as you exit the back of the home through the Dutch door. A lush, succulent garden with citrus trees frame the wrap-around patio deck, which offer multiple areas for outdoor dining, entertaining, and ample space for urban farming or gardening. Upper yard is home to an above-ground and resistance-style swimming pool with multiple areas for outdoor dining. Multiple decks that continue to offer stunning mountain views. Wow, so there's a lot of extra on this one.
There is. I mean, there has to be, because it's a small house. You've got to be able, it's 773 square feet. You really want to be able to get outside and enjoy that extra space to expand. And it worked. I mean, 750 was definitely underpriced, so it's not surprising it went up into the nines.
Yeah.
It's got a very nice outdoor space with a pool and some nice finishes inside.
Well, as we know, more and more the outdoor space gets highly valued because of what we're dealing with. So, great. All right. Next is, let's see.
Maybe go down to Hill Drive.
Hill Drive. 1261? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this looks nice. Yeah. So this is, bear with me. Okay, so 1261 Hill Drive, 90041. We've now moved to Eagle Rock area. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,519 square feet on a nice, sizable 8,373 square foot lot. Sold for $1,537,500, and days on market 12. It started at $1,349,000. built 1957, and brought to us by Tracy King and Keeley over at Compass. Built in 1957 among a grove of redwoods, this mid-century ranch offers a unique setting in one of the best pockets of Eagle Rock. Lived in by only 2 owners since it was built, this home has been reinvigorated over the last few years while maintaining all of its vintage charm. Think hardwood floors, built-ins, wood trim, and doors. The list goes on. The entry features the original slate floor and leads to a spacious living room with sunken stone fireplace and big glass sliders that open onto a redwood deck. The kitchen has its original knotty pine cabinetry with new stone counters, appliances, and fixtures, plus a breakfast bar, all open to the dining area and living room. The primary bedroom has an ensuite 3/4 bath, updated with new tile floor, shower, surround, vanity, and fixtures. 2 additional bedrooms have treetop views, and the hall bath has also been updated. On the lower level, the attached garage has been partially converted into a den with an office, laundry room, and bonus half bath with room left for parking or storage. The backyard is a wonderland with meandering paths, plenty of space for gardening or entertaining. An incredible array of fruit trees, kumquat, fig, lemon, grape, just to name a few. Raised garden beds, and even a clubhouse of garden paths. Clubhouse of garden shed, or garden shed. This is true Eagle Rock living at its best. All right, so what do you have to say to this, man?
I feel like I saw this house at some point, maybe pre-remodel. So, I mean, it's a great house. Hill Drive is an amazing street.
Yep.
And it was underpriced to start, so I'm not surprised to see it go up.
Yeah. That certainly brings the buyers. I know. Yeah.
It does. And it's it's not only the house, but the outdoor space is pretty amazing too. So not too much more to say.
All right. Next. See anything out there on the radar of the list? What do you see?
Mount Royal. Let's stay in Eagle Rock. This was another one that I believe was deeply underpriced. As soon as it came on the market, it's one of those getting multiple buyers to consider it, but it's like, it's not going to stay there. I mean, this one went from $825 to $1,118,000.
Wow. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So 5022 Mount Royal Drive. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 996 square feet. It sold for $1,118,000. Lot size 6,954. I love Eagle Rock for that. Most of the time, right? They're nice lot sizes.
Yes.
Days on market 8. It started, as Darren said, $825,000, and originally built in 1922. This is brought to us by Maria Elisavetsky and I believe Michael Wells over at Rodeo Realty and Compass. All right, so this enchanting 1922 Craftsman is located on a quiet residential street south of Colorado in the heart of Eagle Rock and in the prestigious Dahlia Heights Elementary School District. Walking distance to Trader Joe's, Oyster, Casabianca, and all of the shops and restaurants that Colorado Boulevard has to offer, touting hardwood floors throughout, a formal dining room with built-ins, and a living room with a fireplace flanked by built-in bookshelves and windows. This home offers the best of both charm and function. It has an updated bathroom, central heat air, lots of natural light, and a front porch with mature garden views. The kitchen has stainless steel appliances, dishwasher, quartz countertop, room for bistro table and chairs, and an adjacent pantry or mudroom, which leads to the large backyard. Downstairs boasts a laundry room and additional storage, and a bonus room with a half bath. The detached garage would make a perfect art studio, playroom, or office. The large fenced backyard with mature fruit trees has plenty of room to have a vegetable garden. Add a swimming pool or ADU. Lovely property indeed. So there you go. What do you have to say?
Love the neighborhood. The walkability there is great. There's so many great shops. Actually, my favorite restaurant is over there, Cacao, which if you've been there, you got to go there.
And they have a bar, which is really nice.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, not too much more. I mean, it's 1,000 square foot house. It sold for 1.118.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. You want to stay in Eagle Rock? Anything else you see there?
Let's look at Verdugo Vista Terrace. Yeah, I think we're done with Eagle Rock.
Okay. Let's see.
Right after Mount Royal.
Okay. There it is. All right. Okay, so 3660 Verdugo Vista Terrace. Okay, so let's get into it. Hold on. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,420 square feet. Sold for $1,240,000. Has a lot size of 4,599 square feet. Days on market 9. It started at $1,099,000. Started in 1956. Original build. We can thank Mark Meyer, listing agent for this sale, and Michael Tunick. So let's see here. This updated mid-century gem is located in a desirable hillside neighborhood in Glassell Park, designed with indoor-outdoor flow in mind. Walls of glass open to a large dining terrace and landscaped garden. Inside, the entertainer's floor plan begins with a formal entry and leads to an open living room, dining area, and onto a newer chef's kitchen family room. The primary bedroom suite is separated from the second bedroom, excellent for guests or home office. Plus, there's a direct entrance garage for added convenience. Limited showings and most furnishings are available outside of escrow. And yeah, it was quick. Offers were due 2/15, 2021.
Yeah, it's not completely updated. It's got a really good mid-century curb appeal, and even the backyard is nicely terraced, and it's some nice concrete work. I think the flow and the space and the connection to the outdoor with lots of windows facing outdoors really helped this sell a lot. They awkwardly, in my opinion, staged right off the kitchen, which I think should be the dining room, as the living room, and reversed the dining room. That seems very strange to me, but
smaller, larger.
It didn't hurt the sale, but yeah. It's all good.
Cool. All right. Let's see. Let's get out of here. Move over here. Hold on here. Okay. So, let's see. Anything else you'd like to see here?
Let's look at Collis over in El Sereno.
Okay. Yeah, always got to represent El Sereno. That's good.
Sure, it's one of the hottest markets right now for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Collis. So this is 4627 Collis. It is, let's see here, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,546 square feet, and sold for $956,000. Good sized lot of 7,505. And days on market 6, started at 929,000. So yeah, that's nice to see. Built originally 1941, and a listing by Mary Hill and Amber. Oh, Mary Hill. There you go. Let's read the description as we look at the photos. Located on a tree-lined street directly adjacent to South Pasadena, this home is sure to delight. Interior features include an open concept, great room with stunning kitchen, updated bathrooms, well-maintained hardwood floors, large primary bedroom with ensuite bathroom and walk-in closet, dual pane windows with plantation shutters, and custom moldings throughout. Sliding doors lead to a large patio for entertaining, plus a spacious hillside area with view of Elephant Hill and the hills of South Pasadena. With easy access to Ernest Debs Regional Park, the hip vibe of Highland Park, the culture of Pasadena, and downtown Los Angeles, this location provides a secluded neighborhood feel with convenience of urban living. All right, good description.
It is a good description. I would agree here, connecting that pocket of El Sereno is huge. There are a lot of different pockets, but this one connects very nicely to Pasadena, to Highland Park.
Yep.
And it's a very nice street, Collis is. So, there's more value there than there is in a lot of it. This is under under $1 million
Yeah.
for a good sized house. A lot of these, even a 7,500 square foot lot, and then you have, what seems like infinite space behind you as you look up at a big hill. There are a lot of streets that border Elephant Hill where there are a lot of the backyards have just completely wide open spaces. It's lovely.
Yeah. Yep. Very cool. All right. That's our value for today. Okay. Let's see.
Cool. I think we can move on to new listings now, Jim.
Great. All right, guys. So you got acclimated to solds. Let's move on and see what new listings we have. Hold on. Let's see here. Bear with. Okay, new listings, 7 days from Northeast Los Angeles. Total new listings, it says here, is 61, so that's quite a bump.
So inventory has gone up for just comparing, sold
right,
to new.
Right. And kind of the for new listings over the last couple of weeks, it's been in the 40s. So yeah, that's a good jump. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. We can go to you've got Lemoyne here. Let's go to Lemoyne. 1556 Lemoyne. So we sold the place right next door, it looks like. And
as a TIC.
Yeah, we know the street well. Let's see. Okay, let's hit the entertainment. All right, so it is 1556 Lemoyne Street. This is in Echo Park. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square foot place on a 4,801 square foot lot. Not sold. It is new at $895,000 starting price. It's been on the market only 3 days. Started in 1907 as a build. And this is brought to us by Tracy Doe and Ryan Judd. So some nice updates there. Let me read the description. Tucked into an Echo Park hillside, this tranquil cow bungalow with a magical yard harnesses the joy of indoor-outdoor living. Built in 1907 and updated with care, the stylish residence wraps you in an environment of warm-hued wood flooring and custom-crafted built-ins. Oversized French doors welcome showers of natural light. In the kitchen, find stainless appliances, butcher block countertops, and a handy dining shelf. The spa-like bathroom feels like a 5-star hotel with a soaking tub, skylight, and ceramic tile by Heath. Interiors extend organically into the open air, including the sitting area with a fire pit, Zen-inspired covered patio, and an elevated deck taking in gorgeous hillside views. Shrouded in verdant flora, including fruit-bearing citrus and avocado trees, the property is gated for privacy with 2 off-street parking spaces. Remarkably, you are right around the corner from coffee, dining, and provisions at Valerie Cookbook, Ostrich Farm, Tilda Wine, Lassen's Market, and more. So let's see. Offers are due no later than Friday, 3/26 by 10 a.m. So yeah, small place. Starting price $895.
It's got kind of everything you need. I know it only has 1 bedroom. That's where it might be difficult for some people. But gosh, indoor outdoor flow is amazing. Finishes look good. Good off street parking. Great outdoor space. I mean, just big, huge bathroom for a 900 square foot house. 10 well. It'll sell fast. When they put the offers due price on the front end of things, but it's priced to sell, to move. I mean, anything under 900,000 in Echo Park would move fast if it's move-in ready.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They really topped this out in terms of making it the best it could be, even though it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And this is going to be a great condo substitute for somebody.
It's a 900 square foot 1-bedroom space is actually very large. The common space.
Yeah, for the 1-bedroom.
I've seen 900 square foot 3-bedroom, and that's where everything is super small.
Yeah, really good point. Yep. Okay. Next is, let's see. 1881 Morton. So let's look at that. Here it is. Okay. All right. Okay, 1881 Morton Avenue. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,620 square feet. It's on a 5,227 square foot lot. Opening list price is $1,390,000, and it's been on the market 6 days. Originally built 1908, and this is brought to us by Matthew Jamie over at Modern Realty Corp. So this home of 3 bedrooms and 2 baths is perfect for entertaining, work, family, or play, not to mention an available workspace on both levels. This complete beauty offers views of the skyline and city, sitting north of Sunset Boulevard, just minutes away from restaurants, bars, nightlife, shops, the world champion Dodgers ballpark, and beautiful Elysian and Echo Park. Hiking trails steps away, plus city stairs for workouts. Additionally, featuring an appealing galley kitchen with views, bamboo floors throughout, private yard with an outdoor entertaining area, barbecue grill, low maintenance yard with zen setting and water fountain. Wrapped around balcony, extra 700 square feet of space, 2-car tandem parking, spacious storage room, and bonus bedroom or family room. Solar panels and additional side yard for tea. Okay. Anything else there? What do you think, Dan?
It's got all the makings to really pop, and it's the location's good, the layout's good, the bonus space is huge, the yard is nice. I think it doesn't all come together aesthetically for me, so it's I don't think it's going to be one of those that goes crazy, because it just doesn't have, to me, that overall cohesive feel.
Are you saying you're seeing some different styles mixed around in the staging and
the color choices, the maybe some of the browns, some of the red fencing, the striped walls, the curtains, and maybe it's in the photos and it feels different when you get there, but it's got a lot going for it, but those things just aren't pulling it all together for me. So can be the difference on whether you get top dollar or not. From a buyer perspective, it could be an opportunity where you can kind of clean those things up and really make it work, but get a slightly better price.
Right. Well, he definitely accentuates the location. I mean, it's got some nice parks and some places to go. So that's
sure. You can walk right into Elysian Park for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Next one was 2537 Crestmore. Let me see if I can find this. There's a lot.
It's pretty far down there. Number 29.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I saw this one. Yeah.
I used to live on Crestmore, Joe, many years ago. Not this house, but...
All right. So 2537 Crestmore. Let me hit the button here. Yeah, this was a unique house. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,030 square feet. It's on a 7,711 square foot lot, and the list price is $920,000. Days on market 5, and original build was 1922. This is brought to us by Valerie Leninger and Shelley Aronson over at Sotheby's. So, all right, a truly unique offering in the hills of Glassell Park. An architectural treehouse to get away from it all while still being in the heart of Northeast L.A. Close to all your favorite Glassell Park, Eagle Rock, and Highland Park spots. An open, bright, light-filled home with high ceilings and versatile floor plan. 2 great rooms, 1 bedroom, and 1 bath on the main floor. An abundance of windows, wood floors, and an office nook, including built-in desk with picture window, step out onto the large wood deck, your outdoor living room, and take in the surrounding treetop and peek-a-boo views. Above the home, there is more outdoor space, a flat grassy pad surrounded by lush landscaping and views. Down below, the main home is a roomy studio. The main home is a roomy studio apartment with polished concrete floors and a small deck of its own. There's also a beautiful standalone workshop studio as well as a separate shed for all your storage needs, both beautifully handcrafted with wood and Corten steel. The seller also created a funicular to help easily transport large items up to this hillside retreat, a truly unique custom home and lush setting you must see to experience. Let's see, anything in the private remarks. Home shows 448 permitted square feet on title, although it is taped. It sounds like a mansion. Let's see. It is taped. Although it is taped at 2,004 square feet between the main house and downstairs apartment.
That's 4 times. Gosh, I like Shelley Aronson. She's we sold her a very quirky space, and this is very quirky and cool. I mean, I was early on in the photo display. I was wondering why they have so many photos of these different sheds. There's like 3 or 4 sheds, and they're well constructed. And
yeah.
Some artists lived in this space and just like really put their heart and soul into it. You get that,
and it very well may be a same kind of person for this kind of house because it's very different, very very different. Yeah, I'm seeing gallery space. I'm seeing all sorts.
I know, it's crazy. Like they really just existed in this space. I mean, I get the whole energy of, my entertainment is working in my house, but these people took it to another level. I will say this, for potential buyers, you're going to have a really hard time getting on a 448 square foot house because that's what the appraiser is going to utilize.
Yeah.
So this might need to be cash or a very large down payment.
Yeah. Too true. All right. Well, that was a really good, interesting.
Yeah, cool. That was interesting.
I think it was somewhere in the description. She mixed apartment with house, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what does that mean?" Yeah. It's another. You need to find the additional quirky buyer who wants to live in that space. You really do. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to 2788 Estara. Is that further down? Let's see. Where is it?
That's right after Crestmore.
Okay. Oh, no. There it is. Okay. All right. So, make a new window. Okay. So this is 2788 Estara Avenue, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,605 square feet. It is listed at $998,000. Good size lot at 7,501, and it's been on the market for 4 days. And the original build was 1923, brought to us by our friend Hattie Ramirez. Yay, Hattie! Yeah. All right. So let's do the description here. Delightful vintage details, beautifully blended with designer upgrades, a spacious, versatile floor plan, and a gorgeous private backyard retreat creates this wonderful property, a home that you don't mind being stuck in, if you have to be. Set behind a tall privacy hedge, this updated character craftsman bungalow has 3 bedrooms, including an oversized master suite with French doors leading to the lounging deck and private backyard, with mature landscaping and fruit and shade trees. The master bedroom also could be an amazing family room, studio, home, office, media room. Adjacent is an office, study, nursery. The ample gourmet kitchen with custom finishes and high-end appliances overlooks the backyard and entertaining areas. There's a formal dining room with original built-in china cabinet. The luxurious guest bathroom is spa quality. The detached garage is a workshop, but could be an ADU, man cave, she shed, etc. Add updated systems and more, and you have a superb mix of the ingredients buyers are looking for. Big dogs on property. Watch out.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Offers due March 30th, so we've got a little time here, noon. So what do you have to say about this one, man, as I look at the photos?
First off, I'll say I love this pocket, and if you spend any time around there, one of my favorite coffee shops there is Habitat. Just good vibes, good energy. The owner and all the staff, and that corridor along Eagle Rock there is going to blow up. It's in the process. Big structures have been purchased and are being remodeled, and I'd say in 5 years, it's going to be a real walkable community, which it's not now, but I think it will be. And then, so somebody getting in earlier is better. I think there's upside to this house. I think it's a little hodgepodgey, but it looks like it has very good bones and a good structure. Good roof line from the front, nice privacy.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, in comparison to the other homes in the neighborhood, this is pretty well done. If you'd compare it, to other homes in that triangle that you're talking about, it's very nicely done.
Yeah.
All right, so there's your secret. You got to go to this pocket.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. Next is 568 Mount Washington. So there it is. 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Tiny house, huge lot.
I saw this. I almost sent this to a client, and I said, that's not right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, 568 Mount Washington Drive, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 52 square feet. It is starting at $689,000. It is a huge, nice lot, hillside lot, 11,082 square feet. Been on the market for 6 days, originally 1924 build, and this is brought to us by Gina Isaac over at Normand and Associates. All right, it's an interesting description. Character carriage house on a 11,000 square foot lot in prime Mount Washington. Features include vaulted ceilings with exposed wood beams, cement wood flooring, copper plumbing, tankless water heater, newer windows, recessed lighting, water filtration system throughout, serene living room, and dining work on the first level. Upstairs is the bedroom and bathroom with a walk-in closet, washer, and dryer. The massive outdoor area includes a gazebo with built-in stone seating and flooring on an expansive patio with a beautiful bucolic landscape. Enjoy seamless indoor-outdoor living in your private outdoor sanctuary surrounded by towering trees and a lush green foliage. Minutes from Metro and downtown L.A. Metro, let's see. Property is not connected to the LA City main sewer line. What else here? That's it. But March 22nd, offers are due, 5 p.m. Really interesting, quirky, attractive place for some.
Right. So, like, some of the things you look for when you deal with a lot of this size, if it's your goal to expand on it in any way, is how much frontage there is, how steep the slope is. The house is charming. It looks like they have this, there's some flatness to that. They're having these pictures of this Jeep parked up on a hillside.
Yeah.
It looks
I was going to,
a lot of it's usable.
Yeah, I was going to try to punch up the Google Maps and see.
So for those of you, one of the sources, and I think they kind of do this on some of the real estate websites, but you can always go to the LA City website, zimas.com, type in the property address, and you can get a Google Earth view, and it's a high resolution with the lot lines imposed to try to gauge, particularly on an open space like this, where the lot lines will be, because in reality, they just don't do surveys. Maybe somewhere else they do, in other cities or in rural areas, but they don't happen here. Somebody kind of says, the lot line's about there, and and it goes forward that way.
That's a good point. So here it is, 2007. This is the other nice thing, of course, about the mega ship Google. But so here it is, 2007, and we can go through the years and see if we see any changes.
I love that about Google Earth. It's kind of a love-hate situation.
Yeah,
If you don't want everybody to see the history, you might not want to show that, but you can definitely. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but I do believe there is some. I don't know. I saw a different view, but yeah, there is some flatness to this. You do have a street that wraps around you. In the back, you'll see that. But yeah, very interesting.
Cool.
Okay. You want to do one more, Darren? I think.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see. Okay. Monterey. Oh well, Monterey Road and Latrobe. Let's try to finish out.
Okay.
Monterey Road.
Yeah, I think we chose Monterey Road only because kind of we want to. It's Monterey Hills is an area that's often overlooked. It's the space between Highland Park and El Sereno.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you've driven around Northeast L.A. a lot, you've probably driven through the pocket, but may not know how it's defined.
So this is all we have as a picture, so it's not much. They should have just waited. Why did they do this? So yeah, it's $849,999 list price. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, living area 1,070, and looks like the lot size is 4,946. So yeah, days on market 2. Gosh, man, that's creeping up there, isn't it? That's really pushing it.
Well, these pockets are even from that one photo, you can see the house to the left of it is much more modern. Somebody's put some money into that house.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and Monterey Road, being on the road itself, is a little busier.
Right.
But yeah, all right.
All right, we'll see this later. This is brought to us by Nora Hoyos Olmos. So Nora, please get your photos up there. We'll crow about your listing. Let's see. All right, next is, let's see here, Latrobe. Yes, this is another favorite of ours, isn't it? Let's see. So, there it is.
The area is a favorite for sure.
Yeah, I liked this one. Let's see. Okay, so, our final one. 3610 Latrobe Street. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's in an area called Montecito Heights. The square foot living is 1,268 square feet. The lot is 4,923, and it's listed at $989,000. Days on market 5. Originally built 1957, and brought to us by Elizabeth Daly over at Sotheby's. So let me read the description here. Mid-century treehouse. There have been a couple tree houses today. High in the hills. In 1957, Jim Megger and R.L. Stanford teamed up to build 7 bungalows on a private street in Montecito Heights, with number 3610 tucked into the very private end lot. Originally a 2-bedroom, 1-bath cottage, the property has been expanded over the years and now lives as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with an additional office den, huge entertaining front deck with beautiful treetop views. Let's see. Secluded back courtyard with a pergola covered in lush scarlet trumpet vines and the surprise of a laundry casita. The quintessential 50s post and beam great room provides open concept living with effortless flow to the deck and views beyond. Every bedroom leads to the gated courtyard garden, perfect for tea, yoga, or your morning meeting. Located in the coveted neighborhood of Montecito Heights with an eclectic mix of people and architecture and enough neighborly dog walking to make even the least canine inclined yearn for a best friend. Wow. The special home is a stone's throw from Peanut Lake, miles of trails in Debs Park, the excitement of Highland Park, and small town vibes of Herman and South Pasadena. Agent remarks, this is a true as is sale and needs some TLC. It's very threatening. Please prep your clients that no credits or price reductions will be given during escrow. Listing price is reflective of known issues with retaining wall and caissons supporting the deck. Okay, well, that's good. Right up front. That's good. Sellers don't have report or estimate, but have verbally been told that the issues need to be addressed in the future, of course. All right. Public record shows 2-1, right? 1,268 square feet permitted living space. All right. Well, there's more of a story here. That's interesting.
Sure. So, from a seller, we've sold many homes up in Montecito Heights, and there are a lot of cliffhangers up there. Platform homes.
Right. Homes on yeah.
On stilts, on platforms, for sure. So, I think typically we try to make some effort to go out there and get some estimates and provide them. I don't know how you can expect a buyer, unless they're, a foundation contractor, to come in and write an offer and just accept, foundation issues without having an idea what it would cost. So usually you want to give that guidance, and from a selling perspective, it's actually easier to sell it. And often people will still come in and do their own inspections with their own people.
Yeah.
But still, at least you're giving them a ballpark. You're letting them know that you're writing an offer based on $100,000 worth of repairs needed. Whatever it may be.
How do you feel about the price? Like where it starts?
Gosh, one of the reasons, there used to be more value in a lot of communities. Montecito Heights is really blown up. I was selling homes up there when they were in the threes, man. I'm not talking 20 years ago. So
I mean, I will say, because we've done this up there. It is a very unique village of residents. Very, very interesting cross section of L.A. You've got nature there, and just kudos on the description. As much as I feel like I'm repeating myself with the same words constantly, this delved into the story of a development, where it started, who built it, who designed it, and that adds some specialness to it. We've done that in that area in terms of the history of the home and the development, and that helps a lot in terms of people getting a warmer feel for what it is.
I think it's part of the reason people are going up there. There is a history, and that matters to a lot of people in these neighborhoods that we work in pretty consistently. It's a special place. The plus is you get the hillside, you clearly still get some value in the purchase. You just don't have the walkability. So you have to be okay without the walkability. You have to drive down to see anything and get anything.
True.
But being up there is pretty special.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see where this one lands, and sold listings probably in a couple weeks or so, or at least a month, 30 days. Yeah. But for now, guys, that's where we are. We're sticking to it. Darren, any parting shots? Any last minute things to say?
Gosh, stick with it. Buying and selling. It's stressful, but you got to stick with it, and you'll get results. So
cool. All right, guys, we'll see you next Monday, 2:00. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. We'll see you later. Take care.
Bye.